Hi, Arihan. Thank you so much for having me here. Hello, everyone. Okay, so I think let's get started with here. Let me just do a screen share. Is it visible?
Mm, yes, Ashi.
Okay. So, as Arihant mentioned, today we will be talking about from spreadsheets to scalable processes. Most organization uses spreadsheets every day. They are useful, flexible, and easy to get started with. But as team grows, the same spreadsheet that once made work easier can start creating problems. Today, we will look at why that happens and what businesses can do to build processes that grow with them. Here's what we will cover today. We will first talk about why spreadsheet becomes so popular. Then we will look at the challenges organizations face as they grow. We will discuss what scalable processes look like, go through a few practical examples, and finally share some simple steps you can take to improve your own processes. Let's start with something we all know. Almost every organization uses Excel or some kind of spreadsheets. It's easy to use. You don't need special software. Anyone can create a new sheet and start working immediately. That's why businesses use spreadsheets for project tracking, budgets, employee lists, reporting timesheets, and many other tasks. There's absolutely nothing wrong with using spreadsheets. The challenge begins when the business grows. Imagine a small company with 5 or 10 employees. One spreadsheet is enough. Everyone knows where the file is and updates are easy. But now imagine the company has 50 employees, then 100, then more projects, departments, and approval plus reporting. Suddenly, the spreadsheet is no longer just a spreadsheet. It becomes the system that everyone depends on. These are the common signs to know that your spreadsheet process is becoming difficult to manage. You have multiple versions of the same file. People ask which one is the latest. Someone accidentally deletes a formula here. Manager keeps sending reminder emails. Reports take like hours to prepare. If you're experienced with any of these, you're definitely not alone. When people think about spreadsheets, they usually don't think about the cost. But the biggest cost isn't the software. It's the time people spent on following up, correcting mistakes, preparing reports. Small delays happens every day, but over a time they add up. Let's look at the simple example. A project manager updates a spreadsheet. Another team member makes changes, finances create another versions, leadership asks for a report. Now everyone is trying to compare files and figure out which numbers are correct. The situation happens in many organizations. It's not because people are not working hard, it's because the process depends too much on the manual work. When manual work increases, it affects the whole organization. Reports are delayed, decisions take longer, managers don't have a real-time information, employees spend more time updating files than doing their actual work. Over the time, these small issues affect productivity. So what does a scalable process looks like? Instead of everyone updating different files, everyone works from one place. Information is entered once, approval happens through a workflow, reports updates automatically, everyone sees the same information from a centralized place. So this comparison isn't about spreadsheets are bad. It's about choosing the right tool for the right stage of growth. Manual updates become automated. Email approvals become workflow approvals. Reports become live dashboards. Instead of asking people for updates, manager can simply open a dashboard and see the latest information there. Okay, so many everyday process can be improved. What can be improved? It's timesheet, leave requests, project updates, purchase approvals, expense claims, employee onboarding, etc. The goal is not to automate everything, it's to automate the repetitive tasks that take up people's time. One question that often people ask whether automation replace humans or jobs. In most cases, it doesn't. It removes repetitive work instead of copying data or sending reminder emails. Employee can spend more time solving problems, helping customers, or improving the businesses. Automation supports people, it doesn't replace them. Let's take a timesheet as an example. In many organizations, employee fills an Excel sheet and email them to their managers. Managers review them and send reminder if someone forgets. Later, someone compiles all the information into a report. But if we talk about the new process, with a structured process, employees submit their timesheet in one place. Managers approve them there. Reports are automatically generated. These steps are the same, but the process is much smoother here. The same ideas apply to the project reporting. If every project manager sends updates in different format, it creates a summary report that will take time to consolidate. But when everyone follows the same process, reports become much easier to prepare and leadership get consistent information. There are many technologies available today for the automation that can support this kind of processes. The important thing is not the tool itself, it's first understanding your business process. The process is clear, then you can choose the technology that fits your organization. Before automating anything, it's important to avoid a few common mistakes. First, don't automate process that is not working well. Don't try to change everything at once. Start with one process, improve it, and then move to the next. Small improvements often lead to a better long-term results. If you are thinking about improving your processes, here is a simple approach and the roadmap. First, understand how the work happens today. Find the repetitive task, standardize the process, then automate where it makes sense. Finally, review the results and continue improving it. Technology is changing quickly, but today we have automation tools and AI that can make work easier. But technology alone is not the good answer. The good process is the foundation. Once the process is clear, technology can help make it faster and more reliable. Before we finish here, I would like to leave you with a few key points. Spreadsheets are great tools, but they have limitations as organizations grow. The goal is not to stop using spreadsheets completely. The goal is to recognize when a process needs something more structured. Start small, improve one process at a time, and focus on making work easier for everyone. Thank you all for joining today's webinar. I hope this session gave you a few ideas that can take you back to your organization and implement it. I'm happy to take few questions.
Thank you so much for such informative session, Ashi. We do have some questions in the chat.
Sure,
Let me bring up some.
sure.
There's a question like how long does it take to move from spreadsheets to a structured process?
So it completely depends on the complexity of the process. A simple workflow can be implemented in a few days, while larger business processes may take a longer time. The important thing is to improve gradually, not everything at the same time.
Well answered. Another question is which process should we automate first?
Um, I would suggest start with a process that is repetitive, time consuming, and affects many people. Examples: uh, leave request, expense
Mm-hmm.
approval, and timesheets, or maybe project status updates.
No, not just so. I can see one more question as how long does it take to move from spreadsheet to a structured process?
So, as I mentioned, it completely depends on the complexity of the process. It's like
Mm-hmm.
if this is a simple process, this can be done in a day or a two. Or if it is a long process, then definitely it may take maybe a longer time.
Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see more questions. Yeah, the same one. Okay. Yeah, that's all. Now we are getting
Okay.
some similar questions.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Ashi, for such informative session. It was really new learning for me, and I hope so for the viewers as well.
Thank you, Arihan, for having me here. Thank you for the
Thank you.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye.